I'll recap you on the story. The main character, Anne, hides from Nazis because they want to send her to a concentration camp without a trial for committing no crimes. Judge Dugan in Wisconsin has just tried to help a person avoid ICE because they want to send him to a concentration camp with no trial for committing no crimes. This is Judge Dugan. She got arrested. Why did she get arrested? Well, she got arrested because she tried, maybe not, to help a immigrant avoid the Gestapo. Now, did she actually do that? We're not entirely sure, because it was, as we read right here, let's discuss the actual charges against Judge Hannah Dugan during the complaint against her. She sent the man in question into the public hallway where agents there to arrest him watched him walk by and did nothing. So she said, exit the courtroom right here. The guy went into a hallway, turned left, and left the building. The agents may have just not known who he was and didn't see him leave. Maybe they were actually trying to get him the minute he stepped out of door A, but in fact he stepped out of door B, and that fooled them. All of which to say is the attempt to make this into something criminal on the part of the judge who sent him to the public hall where law enforcement was waiting requires a lot of reaching and a lot of work and a lot of pejorative statements designed to taint the complaint. Again, per the complaint, the judge sent him into the public hallway directly to the DEA agents waiting there for him. They just inexplicably chose not to act. This was their choice. The further attempts to sensationalize the matter by arresting Judge Dugan, she got arrested for sending someone through a door into a public hallway. Instead of simply asking her to appear, was wholly unnecessary and certainly appears to have designed solely to intimidate. Very unfortunate. They could have asked her to come to a hearing. Being a judge, she goes to hearings all the damn time. They could have asked her to appear, but they did not. They literally arrested her. A discussion about Judge Dugan's forcefully and stern instructions to the man in question to go out the jury door. But it is not only a door to the jury room, it also exits to the public hallway. You know, the hallway where the law enforcement was waiting. Let's jump to the heart of the matter. The lead is buried. Per the complaint, the judge apparently sent the man to the public hallway where the law enforcement was waiting. You'll note that they sort of gloss over this part as if he miraculously appeared there. So, what is the issue? DEA agents, probably working with ICE, were in that courtroom, out in the hallway, waiting for this man to come out door A and arrest him. Judge Dugan sent him out door B, which led to the same hallway, in which point he turned and left peacefully. They're saying they arrested her for aiding and abetting this immigrant for avoiding the DEA. That's insane. You don't arrest judges for sending people outdoors into public hallways. If the DEA agents missed him, they missed him. It's not her fault. This is pretty insane. They are warning that arrested judges is just the beginning. The FBI arrested a judge in Milwaukee for allegedly helping an undocumented immigrant evade arrest. She sent him into a hallway. Attorney General Pam Bondi, the Nazi, warned Friday that the arrest of the judge in Wisconsin was only the beginning in Donald Trump's law enforcement crackdown on the judiciary. Judge Hannah Dugan was arrested earlier in the day on charges of obstruction for supposedly misdirecting immigration and customs enforcement agents away from Eduardo Flores Ruiz, an immigrant attending a pre-trial hearing at the Milwaukee County Courthouse last week. When discussing the case during an appearance on Fox News, Bondi said that judges attempting to help immigrants evade arrest were deranged. We can listen to her say that right here. Here she is, Pam Bondi, the Nazi. Let's hear what she has to say.
Madam What's happened to our judiciary is beyond me.
Yeah, so when the American public hears this and they think these were once upstanding people in their communities and their professions, and they put it all on the line for this, I mean, have you dug into their motive? Like, what inspired them to carry out these acts and harbor criminals?
Harbor criminals. He's not been proven. He's innocent because he has not been proven in a court of law to be a criminal. This Fox News anchor presumes guilty until proven innocent.
They're deranged is all I can think of. I cannot believe. I think some of these judges think they are beyond and above the law, and they are not. And we're sending a very strong message today. If you are harboring a fugitive, we don't care who you are. If you are helping hide one, if you are giving a TDA member guns, anyone who is illegally in this country, we will come after you and we will prosecute you.
Giving TDA members guns. None of that happened here. None of that is what we're talking about. She's just throwing things at the wall. I didn't have any of that on fucking screen. Christ. I'm so bad at being a streamer. I'm sorry, guys. But you're just listening anyway. I don't blame you. I am definitely second monitor stuff. Judges aren't above the law. Only the king can do that. Yeah, exactly. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of a story from history that I heard a long time ago about a little girl named Anne Frank. She wrote a diary. You've probably heard of it. Kind of a big deal. You got assigned to read it in 9th grade, and then you just kind of skimmed it and found it very boring, and then got a summary from the internet. I know you. I was there too. You got just enough of the gist to pass the quiz later that week. I'll recap you on the story. The main character, Anne, hides from Nazis because they want to send her to a concentration camp without a trial for committing no crimes. Judge Dugan in Wisconsin has just tried to help a person avoid ICE because they want to send him to a concentration camp with no trial for committing no crimes. The judge thinks that ought to be illegal. But Judge Dugan, even though she has the law on her side, doesn't have the power to back it up. We no longer live in a country governed by laws. We live in a country governed by power. And because of that, she was arrested by the FBI for obstruction. Anne Frank was also the victim in that book, and the people that were hiding her were considered heroes. I want you to think about that. Anne Frank, the very famous story that we all know, had people hiding illegal people from the bad guys. And that is what Pam Bondi is talking about here. Hiding people from the Gestapo is a crime.
For criminals.
They're deranged is all I can think of. I cannot believe. I think some of these judges think they are beyond and above the law, and they are not. And we're sending a very strong message today. If you are harboring a fugitive, we don't care who you are. If you are helping hide one, if you are giving a TDA.
If you are hiding Jews in your attic from the Gestapo, Pam Bondi will come and find you. That is the message she is sending. That is what they are telling the American people. If you hide people from the Gestapo, from the Nazi secret police, you will be prosecuted. It gets easier every day to compare her to a Nazi. It gets easier every day because they're doing Nazi shit. The people trying to find Anne Frank were trying to find her to send her to a camp. Those were the Nazis. ICE is doing Nazi shit. That's why I call them that. That's why I compare them to Nazis, because they're doing Nazi shit. People like me have been calling them Nazis online for many years. I've been calling them Nazis for years. But it gets more correct every day. Every time they do things like this, I become more and more correct and on the money. If they're arresting judges now, Chuck Schumer, Hakeem Jeffries, every elected official, listen carefully. You need to be throwing everything you have at this problem, or else you are next. No one is safe. Visas have been revoked. Green cards are being revoked. Innocent people are being arrested illegally. And if a judge tries to help, they might get arrested too. Every single one of you needs to be in the Oval Office now. And don't leave. Every Democrat senator, get physically in there. Clog the hallways. Every House member, that's about 250 people, get in Trump's face. He would somewhat respect that. He loves lying into a TV camera. That's his whole thing. He loves doing it. It's his kink. He loves looking into a camera and saying things that aren't true. He doesn't see your snarky reply on Blue Sky. He does not watch the epic facts and logic beatdown that you give him on the Rachel Maddow show. He doesn't see it. No one does. All of you in the Oval Office now will have an effect that he cannot ignore. And what are they going to do? Try and arrest you? Good. Let them try. That's exactly the kind of thing that will make him go too far. Get arrested. Get put into handcuffs now, Chuck Schumer. Be the hero when the public might still be shocked by the image of you being arrested. Senators being arrested is shocking, and it's going to be less shocking next year. It'll be more shocking today than it will be a year. 2 years from now, nobody's even going to notice. Get arrested now, and you will thwart him. Get arrested 4 years from now, after he's stolen the election, and it'll be too late. The people won't be surprised by Democratic senators being arrested 4 years from now. They'll be burned out by the ruined economy, the Greenland Wars, and the hundreds of judges that have already been arrested. They won't even notice when it's your turn. And make no mistake, you will get a turn. Do you want it to be now, when it will make a difference, or later, when it won't?
Pressing the thumbs up button will release chemicals in your human brain that will make you feel.
See, did the Democrats do anything? Congress erupts over FBI arrest of Wisconsin judge. I don't think they did. I haven't read this, but I suspect that all they've done is complain. Democratic lawmakers reacted with ferocity, and some Republicans with cheers, to the Friday arrest of Wisconsin Judge Hannah Dugan for allegedly helping an undocumented defendant avoid arrest by ICE agents. To Democrats, the arrest marks a significant escalation of Trump's efforts to consolidate power and use federal law enforcement to cross legal obstacles to his agenda. Did they do anything? It is remarkable that the administration would dare to start arresting state court judges, said Jamie Raskin. It's a whole new descent into government chaos. Are you going to do anything? The Trump administration, again, is breaking norms in how it's dealing with the immigration, the legal system, and normalcy. This is the stuff I expect from third world countries, said Mark Pocan. Are you going to do anything? Greg Landsman said they arrested a judge. They can no longer claim to be the party of law and order. This will have to be a red line for congressional Republicans. Unbelievable. Will you do anything? The answer is probably no. They won't do anything. They'll complain. They'll talk loudly into a camera, which is what I'm doing. I agree. But I don't live in Washington, D.C. I'm not an elected official. You, Mr. Raskin, go to the Oval Office and sit there until Pam Bondi is removed. Don't leave. Every single time someone walks in there, tell them to remove Pam Bondi. Every single time. Every single bit of House congressional business needs to be stopped until Pam Bondi is removed. Do not vote on anything. Disrupt every single thing that happens. Disrupt every meeting. Disrupt every vote. Disrupt every single House committee with one goal. Remove Pam Bondi. Take every single one of your friends to the White House, every single one of the Democratic people, senators, and all the House members. Go to the White House. Do not leave until Pam Bondi is removed. Do not show up anywhere else. They've got bathrooms. They've got snack bars. They've got food in there. Send out somebody out on a snack run. You can do it. Go there and don't leave. That is a protest. That is action that they could be taking, but they won't because they're scared. They are afraid that they will be next. They are worried that they will be the people he focuses on next. And that should be their goal. That should be their point. If these people had balls, they would be in Donald Trump's face. But they're scared. They didn't sign up to be a leader. Most of the Dems aren't leaders. They're followers. They follow the money. They follow the lobbyists. They follow where the votes go. They follow what the wind. They follow the wind. If people are moving to the right, they'll move to the right so they can get more votes. They follow where the voters are. They go to where the Joe Rogan viewers want them to be. They're not leaders. They're followers. We need to stop following followers. We need to start following leaders. You see AOC and Bernie leading, telling you what ought to be going on, telling you that the things are wrong, doing rallies and getting support and getting attention. The rest of the Dems don't want to do that because they don't want to be leaders. They just wanted to get an easy cake job where they get to look into a camera and tell you about their feelings all the time. Funnily enough, the fact that they might be next on the list should embolden them. Yeah, you think so. At least a little to protest and disrupt the current administration. You'd think that. But they don't think it's possible. These Democratic followers who are in charge don't think that's possible, Valor. They don't think that this will happen to them because it can't happen to them. It's illegal. And that's the problem. We are no longer a country of laws. We're a country of power. And Donald Trump has the power to arrest you. He will if he wants to. They don't think it can happen to them. They don't think that it's possible because people follow the rules. People follow the laws. Nah, man, not anymore. The law can't save Abrego Garcia. It can't save them. It won't save Raskin when they come for him. It won't save me when they come for me. It won't save you when they come for you.
I am the algorithm. Click on this video to make me happy. You wouldn't like me when I am angry.